I would like to share some things with you about Seesaw and when you add response, the different things you can do. So first, if you go to the Activities tab and you see the Assign to Class, you will have activities that you have not completed, and you can make sure you do them. So first you go to the Add Response, and you find your name. Now, normally you might have, it will already take you to a template, or you can just choose what you want to do with it, and we'll go to the drawing. Now with this, I want to show you the different things you can do with it. It's really cool. So over here, you have these buttons. Now the T, I'm sure you found out, is for typing. So you can type anything that you want. Now when you finish, you can just click outside the box. Then you can use, if you see these white circles, you can either make it bigger, make it smaller, you can make it longer, and you can also, if you see the arrows, the 4 arrows on my mouse, you can move it around. Now you see these 2 buttons here. This one, it has an arrow, so you can actually turn it, right? Turn it to other way that you want, turn it the other way. Then you have these 3 dots. These 3 dots is where you get all these buttons, and here it tells you the different fonts that you want for your words. So if you want this type of font, or it looks like this, or a comic font, and then you can also choose whether you want the outline, which is in the middle, or if you don't want the outline, it will look like this. If you want to change it, click on the 3 dots, and you can go to Style. There's also this where it's changed, and there's also, you can choose the words to be on the left side, start from the left, the middle, the right, so you can choose. Now for the order, we will talk more about that later. Now locking, when you lock it, it means you cannot move it anymore. To unlock, you click on the 3 dots and you click unlock to change everything. Duplicate is when you copy it and you get the same thing again. So you can choose, maybe you want a different color, which you can come to the right side and you can move this by dragging it, and you can change it, and you can change to type something else. Here's the 3 dots. Now, if you don't want this, you can actually press delete on your keyboard, or you can choose delete here and you don't get that anymore. Now, at the bottom here, instead of typing, you can choose to draw. There are different drawing tools here. So first, it's the pencil. You can choose the color, and then you can choose to draw anything that you want. This one is a little thicker. Now, it's easier if you have an iPad and you can use your fingers to draw on the screen, or you can just use the mouse and draw. This one's more of a highlighter. You can choose to draw different things. And this one has a little glittery to it, which I think you might enjoy sometimes when you're creating things. Now, let's say you don't like one of these or all of them. You can choose the eraser. Now, when you click on the eraser, it will give you options. If you want small eraser, medium, or even the large. Or if you want, you can erase all your drawings by clicking here. Let's say I just want something medium. So I can erase this by holding it on and just dragging it around to erase it. Okay, so those are the drawing tools, and if you click on here, it just goes back to the texts that you can move. Now, if you come on this side, I want to show you about the 3 dots first. If you click on the 3 dots, there's shapes and backgrounds. Let's just go to the backgrounds first. If you click on the background, there are different colors you can use. that changes the whole page. So if, let's say I want orange, it changes the whole page. If you don't want that, you can find something else. Now this is something that you can use to make it more colorful, to make it creative, different, or you can use lines. There's also bars, bar graphs, or music notes, so you can choose. If not, just go back to white. So let's say I would like this. Then you just click on the page again and it will disappear. There's also, if you click on the 3 dots, shapes. So with shapes, there are different kinds of shapes that you can use. Remember we learned tens and ones, or for addition, subtraction, equation, shapes. So you can just click one. Let's say I want the arrow. Now it just goes to the color blue. Whoops, I'll show you how. Now if you want to change it, you can drag the color tool and change to the color you want. To make it bigger, smaller, these 3 dot circles again, and you can drag, hold and drag, and make it whichever size you want. Similar to the text here, it's to swivel and change to different directions. Now the 3 dots, also the same thing. The style, you can choose if you want just the outline, or you want it colored, or a little shaded, however you would like. Now with the order, let's say I have this arrow by my text, and I would like the text to be on top of this arrow. So you can choose whether you want to click on the text or the arrow, the 3 dots, you go to order. Now with the arrow, do you want it on top or behind? If you want it behind, you send it back. So now the text is on top of your arrow. So you can choose different shapes that you want to add onto your page. With this microphone allows you to record yourself. You can also choose to record while you're doing your activity. So for example, I can choose to erase my drawings. I can choose, now when I'm with my drawing, I can't move my texts anymore. I have to click on the hand. So now, let's say I want to delete this. Let's say I am working on a math problem. And I would like to record to show how I am doing it. So I would click on the microphone and it tells me when it'll start recording. You can see the red bar on the top, which means it's recording, and it tells you how long it's been recorded. You have 5 minutes for the first page, and you can click done. These are the undo sign, which I will show you later. So I can start with saying, I have 4 apples. I can draw my 4 apples. Here's my apple. That's 1 apple, 2 apples, 3 apples, and 4 apples. Then I would like to add, I can erase that first. I would like to add 3 more apples. So how many do I have? So if I have 4, I can add, with maybe a different color, I can add 3 more apples. 1, 2, 3. So I have 4 apples and I count on. I count 4, 5, 6, 7. And that is how I know that 4 plus 3 equals 7. After you complete it, also, if you would like to pause it, you can just click this pause button and it will pause it for you so that you can do something that you would like to do. Maybe add a shape here first before you continue. When you want to continue, you hit the microphone again and it will continue recording. When you are finished, you can click done. And you will see here with the play button, you can play it back. You can see the red bar on the top, which means it's recording, and it tells you how long it's been recorded. You have 5 minutes for the first page. If you would like to re-record, you can just click on this area, this button here, and it will record. You can do something new again. Now, let's say you're re-recording. Okay. Now, let's go back, and I would like to show you this camera button. If you have pictures that you would like to put on here, this would be a great place. So you can clear, erase my drawing, and let's say I want to show you my Rebus poem. So I click on my camera. You can choose to take a photo right there, or you can choose to upload the photo. That means you already have taken the photo and it's in your photo album. So I click on upload photo, and it's right here, and I can just click open. Now it's very small, so in order to make it bigger, I use these white buttons. I can move it, and then I can hold and drag it to make it bigger. I can move it to make it in the center. Now I can also start changing, or if I want to decorate it, I can decorate it. So I can, add some decorations to make it nice. I can also change this, and I put a tick to make sure I finished publishing. So this is also a way where you can add your photos on here. Now when you're finished, you can also choose if you want to add a caption. Caption tells us what it is you're doing. So you can add a voice caption, or you can type, "This is my Rebus poem." Or you can add a voice caption, and it will record for 5 minutes. "This is my Rebus poem." Finished, you can click done. If you don't want it, you can click the delete, or you can just click outside. Now there's one more thing I would like to share. It is called add page. Sometimes we want to add a different page, or maybe there are 2 pages to your assignment. Make sure you do not click this green button yet. Make sure you go back. You can click first page and page 2 to go and work on this as well. So please make sure that you complete both pages or multiple pages before you click check. If you would like to save it, click on draft. Now let's say you made a mistake. Let's say, I made a mistake. You can click on undo, and it will undo that step for you. If you want to delete, you can delete the whole thing and start over, but that is not something we want to do. If you don't want this page, click on the 3 dots. You can either delete the page, so you click delete, or if you want to duplicate the page, which means you copy the page, and it will look the same. Now, if I click on draft, I can save my draft, but I'm not turning it in. So if you want, you will see this on your Seesaw, but you can save it and then go back to it. But in order to turn it in, you need to click on show draft. You need to click on edit. Then it will bring you back to this page. Then you can work on your other pages, or you can add more things. When you finish, then you click check, and it will send it to me. So I hope that this gives you more of an idea of how you can use the different buttons and different things for the Seesaw activities. Let me know if you have any other questions.